Okay, so this is a must be true, right?
Mm-hmm.
None of the students taking literature are taking physics. None of the students taking literature are taking physics, but several of the students taking physics are taking art.
Okay, so if we are taking literature, what does that mean?
We are not taking physics.
Excellent. And then we just know that like several of the students that are taking physics are also taking art. But what is true about some of these students that are taking physics that are taking art?
They're not taking physics, or they're not taking literature.
Excellent. Okay.
But some people that are taking art could be taking literature. In addition, none of the students taking rhetoric are taking physics. Okay, so none people taking rhetoric are taking physics. That means that none of the students that's just
so if you take rhetoric, what does that mean?
You're not taking physics.
Excellent. So if you are taking physics, you're not taking rhetoric. Cool.
So if you're taking physics, you're not taking, there you go, not taking rhetoric or literature. Which one of the following statements follows logically from the statements above? There are students who are taking art but not literature. Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah. Because there's at least one student that's taking art, and we know that student for sure is not taking literature. Right?
None of the students taking literature are taking art. That doesn't follow. Yeah, you could have some people taking both.
Yep, maybe neither of them are taking physics.
There are students who are taking rhetoric but not literature. No, not necessarily. I mean, that could happen. None of the students taking rhetoric are taking literature. None of the students taking rhetoric are taking literature. No, that could happen too.
Yep, all we know is they're not taking physics.
There are students who are taking both art and literature. This is where I got tripped up. But that doesn't follow logically because we don't really know if they could take both, but this is saying that there's a definite that they're taking both art and there are students
and we don't know that. Both. Yep.
I think this is what I chose. Let me make sure.
Yeah, we don't know that there's any student that is taking art and literature. Like it could happen, but it's not guaranteed. Where the other one is we know for sure this student is real. And so this student is also taking art because there has to be one. And we know that anybody that takes physics this is the same student, which is why A has to be true.
Mm-hmm.